Star Wars time. Alright, so Konnichiwa ninjas, or Jedi for this time of time, you know. We got Luke say, this is from the prequels. I gotta do it in the yeah. Good opening. So, Star Wars just came out. I just watched Star Wars. This is my first reactions video. If you don't want to get spoiled, then don't watch this video. I'll have an edited video out sometime soon. But this is like a first reaction, so I am going to spoil it. Let's jump into it. So, if you didn't watch the movie, then you are going to spoil. You're going to ruin it. I don't know. There's only one big spoiler, and I'm going to do it right now. Han Solo dies! Spoiled it. That's like the big twist. Oh, and there's a couple like mini twists, but honestly, it's all pretty predictable from like when you see from the trailers. You got Finn, the clone trooper. He's going to be the new Han Solo-ish kind of guy, the actual interesting character. Or well, okay, let's get into it. Maybe I honestly not sure if this is a gripe or a compliment, but I mean, Finn is the most interesting character in the movie. I guess maybe Han Solo. He's not by far. He's kind of like on the same point as Han Solo, like they're tied. But I mean, Han Solo's character's been developed already, so there's no character development. He's just kind of there like, hey, you guys remember the old movies? Yeah, I'm in this one. Oh, yeah. I have a son. Oh, I spoiled that too. Kylo Ren. He's Han Solo's son. But let's go from the beginning. We got clone trooper. He escapes. He frees a pilot. And I've got another gripe about the pilot. He frees the pilot. And then he's just alive in the end. Like, but he's not in the movie anymore. He's just kind of like, yeah, I was the pilot. Like, okay, the movie opens and we got, I'm gonna call him Ryan Reynolds because I forgot the character's name. We got Ryan Reynolds guy because he's like, hey, he makes quips and he's like, yeah. And then everyone in the theater's like, ha 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 ha. He's so charming and witty and so crazy. And that's like his whole shtick. And then he helps Finn, which is a stormtrooper, the guy you see in the trailers going, and they're about to get away, and then they crash land on the desert planet. It's not Tatooine, so I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Rakan. It starts with an R, and he meets the main character. Her name is Rey. And I've got some gripes with her. And I don't think there's a way to avoid being told that I'm mad because it's a woman in charge of a Star Wars movie. But she has no character. And it's not like no character in the Luke Skywalker thing where it's like she's general. She's like, okay, I can identify with her. She's just a character. She's just kind of like the blank slate. Not really. She's got a character. She gets mad when Finn grabs her hand. And then she grabs his hand, and it's all okay. What? And she's got this, like, honestly, I could have forgiven it because it was just kind of a goofy movie moment. And she doesn't have much character, so you could just kind of project, and she could be your stand-in. But she's so mad all the time. She's always got, like, this... I am mad and surprised at the same time. I honestly think this character, it must be, I honestly can't tell. Is it the actor? Is it the director? Why does she look so mad all the time? Like she's trying to connect with Finn on this emotional level. She's like, I'm so sad. I'm so sorry for all the things you've gone through. And I'm also surprised that you're a stormtrooper. Oh God, how, we're supposed to be connecting because it's playing the dramatic music. And I'm just terrified that she's going to smack him in the face. She looks mad all the time. I call her Princess Scowl. She looks mad all the time. She looks vindictive. She looks like she wants to hurt people. But honestly, I was willing to let it go because she's just kind of bland. She's the stand-in character. It's cool. But then they set up like Finn is going to be the Jedi. Like, Finn has the lightsaber. She gives it up. She's like, I don't want this. And Finn's like, lightsaber? Whoa, I'm a lightsaber, man. And it was so cool. Up until I realized that they were building up Rey as the person who has the Force, and what's his face as just kind of being a side character, being the Sokka, if so to speak. He doesn't have any powers. And maybe they'll do it right this time and kind of indicate like okay, so you were born this way, but that does not make you infinitely better than me. I feel like this old Star Wars did that very well with Han Solo. But my hopes is that they do good with Finn, because he seems like the most interesting, most awesome character in the movie, and I can't wait to see more of him. I'll put up with Rey so I can see more Finn. That's generally the development from there up until you. And here's the next main thing about this movie. It's Kylo Ren, the guy who's like, he's the new Darth Vader. He's got the lightsaber that goes, and then he's got this thing, and they actually have a good use for it at one point in the movie, and I'll talk about that later. So he's the scary guy, but he doesn't do the Darth Vader intimidating thing. Like, the guy's like, he did. It's not true. He did it very well for a second there. I got like that kind of scared for the guy who was screwing up. He's gonna kill the messenger. The guy's like, they got away. He's like, if you screw up again, I will destroy you. I am God. I am Kylo Ren. I am super strong Jedi man. And he reports his screw up like he normally would, and I honestly couldn't tell if he was gonna be compassionate and let him go and say, I will let you live so you can serve me more. Be kind of more intimidating. Or if he was just going to kill him and it was going to be like, oh, this guy's spooky, this guy's intense. No! They went the most pathetic route ever. He threw a tantrum. He went his lightsaber out and he destroyed the console. He's like, I can't get my machine. I can't get my I want my map back. Oh my God. He's just so pathetic. Okay. And like, I could have given that up. I thought it was kind of a funny scene because he just kind of composed himself and was like, whatever. And I thought it would just kind of be played up for jokes. He's kind of pathetic. He's not really, not that he's pathetic, he's just kind of like, I thought it would just be kind of a joke scene and we'd go back to being scary Darth Vader-esque guy. And then I feel like we got to like this, I don't know what's up with people taking characters with masks, taking them off. Like, is it like an actor thing? Like, the actors are complaining they're not getting enough like FaceTime so they can be like prolific actors or something like that. But this guy takes off the mask when he's interrogating Rey. Like, they captured Rey. He's interrogating them, and he's like, she's like, you're hiding behind a mask, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, no explanation, no like, I will do this. He's just kind of like, just took it off. And here's the thing. I don't want to make fun of the actor in general. I don't think you're gross or disgusting or like, I don't know how else to explain it, but you look like a regular dude. You look like a regular dude I made at a convention. You Darth cosplay. You're a pale, sickly guy. You're skinny. You've got this gaunt. You've got this like skinny face, and not like strong skinny, like muscular skinny. He's got like, you know what I'm talking about. He looks like he's skinny. He looks like a dork. I call him Darth Cosplay because once he takes off his mask, he looks like a nerd I met at a convention wearing a costume. It has come to the point where cosplaying as a character at a convention, you will look cooler than the actual character in the movie. I'm going to meet somebody with a Kylo Ren cosplay and at a convention, and they're going to look cooler because they're not as skinny. They're not as dorky. They've got a slightly less pathetic looking face. You have a pathetic look. You have a nerdy face. It's not a bad thing. You know, maybe they were gonna. I was willing to give this too. It was just gonna be like, okay, this guy's not gonna be like super intimidating then. He's gonna be like dangerous. They're gonna make up for it at the end, in the end battle. And then he kills Han Solo, which is his father, of course, in a scene so projected, so like, so obvious. He's like, he walks up to him like, man's got a lightsaber. Man's got a lightsaber. Man's got a lightsaber. This man is not, he's not, nope. Once he gets close enough, he's just gonna stab him. He's gonna stab him. He's about to stab him. Whew, man, they're really playing this out stabbing thing. He's giving him the lightsaber. Probably still gonna stab him. His hand is still on it. Whew, man, this is taking a while. Oh no! Like what bugged me is they waited so long to stab Han Solo. I feel manipulated. I felt tricked because I was like, okay, this is pretty obvious that Han Solo is going to die here. If they would have just done it, up and done it, I think it would have been fun. But instead, they played it out like he's totally gonna come back to the light side. Yeah, totally. Oh, I didn't see that coming. And they have the new Death Star, and I think they tried to fix the whole Death Star has a hole that can destroy the whole thing kind of joke, but honestly, I don't think it was necessary to address it. Like, oh, well, they would have. What about that hole? If they would have done that little lampshade thing they do in movies, like, well, what about that? Seems kind of dumb that they would have a hole that could destroy the entire thing. Yeah, it is. Let's go destroy it. Why did we like? You know what I'm talking about when they know that it's destroyed. They know that it's about. They know that it's a dumb idea. They have the characters say, well, this sure is a dumb idea. Yeah, it is. Back to movie world. And they never really address it. I think it's better just to either address it actually in the story arc, like, oh, this is why this is this thing, or ignore it. And I think they did half and half. Half of both good things. You know, they fixed it up. They say they have a shield over this exhaust port, which is necessary. And they got onto the planet and they deactivated it. And that was cool. The final battle is probably my biggest issue with the movie. I know in previous Star Wars movies, they've kind of jumped characters in power levels, and they're like, okay, this character is super strong because there's this character. That's how movies work. But this isn't like A New Hope, where it might have just been a one-off movie. We know there's going to be a sequel. We know there's going to be a next movie. Rey never got any training with her Force abilities. And the buildup of the scene builds up perfectly to the point where you couldn't not come to the same conclusion that I did. So Finn has the lightsaber, and he's fighting Kylo Ren, the big, scary, Darth Vader-esque guy. And he holds his own. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay, this would make sense if Finn was the Jedi. He would still get his butt kicked, but he would hold his own. He'd have the Force. But he gets knocked away, of course, because he's not trained or anything like that. And if that was how it ended, I would have been happy. Because if he had the Force and this is how it ended, I would have been happy. Or if maybe they alluded to the point that he had the Force, I would have been happy. But instead, they kept with the idea that Rey is the one with the Force. And who is the Jedi? She is the Jedi. And it would have worked fine if she would have started fighting him and Finn never got to fighting with the lightsaber. I guess, maybe, but honestly, Finn was built up so much better to be a Jedi fighting with the lightsaber. So much cooler. So much cooler if he was the Jedi. Because his character. And I kind of want to talk a little more about Finn's character, but this video has gone on for too long, and I'm going to wrap it up real soon by saying this. She knocks the crap out of this guy. Kylo Ren leaves with his tail between his legs. He gets demolished by this girl who's never picked up a lightsaber in her life. He knocked up, he beat up, it took a lot of energy for him to beat up Finn, And he had no force power. He just had a lightsaber. He's just a guy with a lightsaber. He's a janitor with a lightsaber. Rey has the force. Literally all it takes to demolish Kylo Ren, who's been a Sith Lord for ages. I don't know how long he's been like this bad dude, but he's been trained. He was trained by Luke Skywalker. And Rey just picks up a lightsaber and knocks the crap out of him. He gets demolished. You suck, Kylo Ren. You were pathetic. I kind of hope that they might kill him off and bring up a much better better Sith Lord, a better villain. Because I think Kylo Ren has been made pointless by the fact that Rey can destroy him by simply picking up a lightsaber. Like, if she gets any training, she could kill him with, a thought. It's Kylo Ren. The worst part is it started out the movie so good. He gets shot at by a guy, and he's just like, it was like a ship blaster, and he was just like, nope, I'm awesome. And he just kept it there. He just kept it there the whole time. He would have been so cool. They didn't screw up, and I don't know what. Someone tell me why they keep taking off their masks. I'm probably the only one in the world. That's not true. I know there's probably other nerds out there complaining, and I'm probably going to get washed away by other people in the same way that happened with the Phantom Menace. But I honestly think that there was so many good things with this movie, and the fact that there were so many good things, like Finn, beautiful character, beautiful. Such a great character. He was a clone. Oh, is he a clone? I don't know about the lore. I'm going to get into more Finn later because I think he was a beautiful character, great character. You should have focused more on him. Thank you for watching this video. Ninja out!